Ever wondered why teenagers seem hardwired to take more risks? Or why the person you are in your mid-20s feels worlds away from your teenage self? The answer isn't just life experience. It's a profound story of biological transformation unfolding right behind your forehead. This journey is about the final, crucial chapter in the development of our brain, and it explains so much about who we are and how we become adults. At the heart of this transformation is a remarkable region known as the prefrontal cortex, or PFC. Imagine it as the brain's master conductor or its chief executive officer. Located right at the front of your brain, the PFC is responsible for what we often call executive functions. It's the part of you that thinks about the future, that weighs the long-term consequences of an action, and that stops you from sending that angry text you might later regret. This brain region governs our ability to make complex decisions, to plan for goals that are months or even years away, and to exercise self-control. It's what separates a fleeting impulse from a considered choice. For much of our lives, we assumed the brain was more or less fully formed by childhood. But we now know this isn't true. The PFC is one of the very last parts of the brain to reach full maturity, a process that doesn't complete until our mid-20s. Throughout adolescence and into early adulthood, it undergoes a dramatic renovation. Two key processes are at play: myelination and synaptic pruning. Think of myelination as upgrading the brain's internet cables. A fatty substance called myelin wraps around nerve fibers, allowing information to travel much faster and more efficiently. At the same time, synaptic pruning acts like a master gardener, trimming away the weaker, less used neural connections to strengthen the ones that are most important. This sculpting process makes the PFC's operations more streamlined and powerful, turning a chaotic network into a high-speed, efficient command center. This prolonged development window is the very reason why the teenage and young adult years are so unique. The still maturing PFC means the brain's emotional, reward-seeking centers, like the amygdala, often have a louder voice. This imbalance can lead to the stereotypical adolescent behaviors: a higher propensity for risk-taking, heightened emotional responses, and a focus on immediate gratification over long-term rewards. It's why a teenager might prioritize the thrill of a moment over the potential negative outcomes. However, this period isn't a developmental flaw. It's a feature with incredible upsides. The same brain plasticity that makes young people more impulsive also makes them incredibly adaptable, creative, and fast learners. An unpruned, less specialized brain is more open to new ideas, more capable of seeing the world in novel ways, and quicker to absorb new skills and information. This is the period where we forge our identities, explore our passions, and lay the groundwork for our future selves. The very messiness of the adolescent brain is what allows for its incredible potential. It's a trade-off: less top-down control in exchange for greater flexibility and learning capacity. So, the next time you reflect on your own journey from adolescence to adulthood, remember the silent, powerful work of your prefrontal cortex. This extended period of maturation is not a bug in our system, but a fundamental feature of being human. It's the biological process that allows us to grow, to learn from our mistakes, and to meticulously sculpt the person we are destined to become. This developmental journey is what ultimately shapes our unique personalities, our capabilities, and the sophisticated adults we emerge as, fully equipped to navigate the complexities of the world.
What if I told you the most important part of your brain's construction isn't about growth, but about letting go? We watch a human brain expand at an incredible rate, flashing from infancy through childhood, reaching its full size around the age of 10. Then, abruptly, the growth stops. This raises a fascinating question. If the brain stops growing in size so early, what makes the teenage years so incredibly transformative? The answer lies not in getting bigger, but in getting smarter. By the time we reach late childhood, our brains have already achieved about 95% of their adult size. Visually, this early brain is a spectacle of immense complexity, a dense and tangled jungle of neurons and synapses. Every experience, every lesson, every sight and sound has created a connection. It's an organ bursting with potential, but it's also inefficient. This neural network is like a city with countless roads, many of which lead nowhere or are rarely used. To become the streamlined, powerful machine of adulthood, the brain needs to undergo a profound period of renovation. It's time for the sculptors to arrive. This is where the magic of adolescence begins. The teenage years are a critical period of remodeling, a process known as synaptic pruning. Think of a master sculptor standing before a massive, unrefined block of marble. The final masterpiece isn't created by adding more stone, but by meticulously carving away the excess. In the brain, this carving is the systematic elimination of weaker, less used neural connections. As some pathways fade away like forgotten trails, others, the ones we use frequently, become thicker, stronger, and more efficient. This process doesn't shrink the brain. It optimizes it, allowing for faster, more sophisticated thought processes. The overgrown jungle is carefully landscaped into a beautiful, functional garden, where information can travel with lightning speed. This entire remodeling phase is governed by a simple yet powerful principle: use it or lose it. The experiences, habits, and skills a teenager engages in literally dictate the final architecture of their brain. Imagine two scenarios playing out side by side, inside the adolescent mind. In one, a teenager discovers a passion for playing the guitar. With every chord they learn and every song they practice, the neural pathways related to musical ability, fine motor skills, and auditory processing light up like a vibrant highway system. These connections are reinforced, coated in a fatty substance called myelin that speeds up communication, locking in that skill for life. Simultaneously, another pathway, perhaps for a foreign language they learned in elementary school but no longer practice, begins to dim. The connections weaken, the signals slow, and eventually, the pathway is pruned away, its resources reallocated to more active circuits. What you do during your teen years isn't just passing the time, it's an active process of sculpting your own mind. In the end, the story of the teenage brain isn't one of simple physical growth, but of sophisticated refinement. While the brain's physical expansion concludes early on, the crucial process of synaptic pruning during adolescence is what truly shapes the efficient, mature mind. It's this intricate dance of strengthening and letting go that forges the adult brain. The final result is not a larger brain, but a smarter, faster, and more organized one, a complex network pulsing with focused energy, proving that when it comes to the mind, it's not the size that matters, but the masterful way in which it's organized. This is the profound and beautiful transformation that turns the chaos of childhood potential into the clarity of adult intellect.